This is the view from the balcony at the Ascot Motel. Vending machine, excellent. We're in number 38. I love a hexagonal mirror. Love a luggage rack, there's two. Love a bit of eccentricity. Here's a nice little semi-outside bathroom. Bathroom itself is quite small but adequate. And it's got this wooden ceiling, which is cute. It's got a lot of semi-historical touches. It's got a clever thing where the blinds are inside the double glazing. It's got a main road out there, so there were lots of sirens. But 2 rooms, very exciting, with a door we can close, and an extra bed that we don't need, and 2 TVs, and another hexagonal mirror. So the kids said this was their favourite.
The Gazebo Beach Hotel was a cheap option by the beach in Sanur. Here's the foyer. Depending on who you ask, Sanur is either part of Denpasar or a satellite town. This pool is near reception, and then there's a long path all the way to our room at the opposite end of the hotel. The garden is incredibly lush and beautiful, and there are no stairs except into the shower or bath or into the restaurant. There are scattered lights in the gardens that come on at night. It's rated as 3 stars. I chose to stay in Sanur as it has a relaxed vibe compared to the party and traffic centres of Denpasar, Kuta, Canggu, etc. It also meant we could watch the sunrise over the sea.
This is our room. This is the gate into the restaurant. And this is the Coco restaurant at night. You can't see the waves, but only because it is nighttime.
It is not the Coco restaurant anymore, despite what the website says. This is Memories Sanur Club, and that's where we usually ate lunch and dinner. It was quite cheap and usually adequate to nice. They had fish and chips, chicken satay, mee goreng, various noodle dishes, chicken katsu, beef rendang, smoothie bowls, and more, including live music. Next door is the Wahroonga gazebo, where we had a buffet breakfast with eggs cooked for us each morning. Several days in, we noticed a mountain which we hadn't seen before. Sure enough, it was the elusive Mount Agung. There are several gazebos on the beach too. This was the closest, and there was a lovely paved path all the way out, which my not perfectly mobile body appreciated very much. The water was extremely calm, too calm to be honest. Great for very young kids. But it was wonderful to be able to wander out such a short distance, day or night, and take pretty pictures. There was also a wide paved path running parallel to the beach, lined with shops and hotels and even a turtle sanctuary. It was great for small-scale exploration. Chris spent time simply wandering happily.
This is Villa 3 at Gazebo Beach Hotel. Oh, fire extinguisher, yay. These are our comfy chairs that we pretty much never use unless we're just coming from swimming because it's too hot outside. Lovely traditional door that locks with a padlock and with latches on the inside. Excuse the mess. So we've got some lovely carvings and so on, especially on the roof. And we do have chairs and table inside, which we appreciate. Couple of beds here. There's a Lizzie just there, which comes free of charge. It was not cool enough with the air conditioning, so we asked for a fan, which they gave us. This is our kitchenette. We've got fridge, sink, microwave. No jug, no toaster. Our bathroom is also a really generous size, although the shower is not large. It has this wonderful setup with a rainwater shower, shower head on a hose, but still no water pressure. Hello! Bath, and our own lovely, very private little courtyard with its own teensy little garden and another outside shower and a rack, which is vitally important. So in many ways it's quite nice, but it's a little worn. You know, there's like small holes in the sheets and kind of water stains, you know, sockets sort of partially detached from the wall, rust on the tap, things like that, but fundamentally it works quite well.
This is the second pool, which was close to us, the restaurants and the beach. It was a fairly standard pool, somewhat private, that was deep in the middle and shallow at the ends. Sometimes simplicity is best. This hotel was adequate to good, and the location was brilliant, especially for the price. The only problem with the location is that most of the places we wanted to visit were on the west side of the island, so we tended to have hour-long journeys in each direction. Also, our bathroom windows gave directly onto an alleyway where the staff of the local restaurant, the Memories Sanur Club, would talk and put rubbish and all kinds of things, and given that we could see their shape through the frosted glass, I suspect they could see a little bit too much of us. Most of the nearby food was more expensive and correspondingly delicious. I want to go back to this hotel just to eat everywhere else nearby. In Ubud we stayed at the Artini de Jiwa. There's the sign, the table talk sign is easier to see. Walk down past the Sentry Post, past the Table Talk Cafe, past the spa, keep going, you're nearly at reception. There's reception, and a pretty nice car park. After that, keep walking past this, and then finally up 2 flights of stairs to get to the room that we stayed in. This is a 4-star and it was nice. Our room was designed for 2 people, but they let us chuck an extra 2 mattresses in, and that was our sort of budget thing. There's a lower pool and an upper pool. This is how they look at night. The thing that really impressed him though was the bathroom. He walked out and said, "If this is 4-star, what is 5-star?" The water pressure wasn't super great, but it was mostly adequate. There were some very minor flaws, like a couple of chips in the sink, and we could flush the toilet, which was extremely exciting, but not as exciting as the pools. This is the lower pool, which is about the size of a typical backyard pool, although during the day it's also got a little waterfall, and it's very pleasant. Then you've got the upper pool, which is quite large and has a pool bar and a beautiful view over the lower pool. You can also see up to the window of our room, and from our room you can look back and see the rest of the family swimming in the pool. The buffet breakfasts were excellent. They had freshly fried eggs on demand. They had a small amount of milk with cereals. They had lots of fresh fruit, condiments, yogurt, several fountains, and 4 to 6 types of hot food each day, including usually some kind of fried rice and a variety of other things, including calamari rings, pizza, potato gratin, cooked chicken, all sorts of things. They also had a range of baked goods each morning with jams and butters and things, and one of them fancy toasters where the bread goes through on a conveyor belt. Some slightly bizarre art. Juice, water, tea, coffee. We enjoyed it very much. And that's another one of the fountains with koi. The buffet breakfasts were organised by the Table Talk restaurant, and so were our 2 special breakfasts. Our picnic breakfast, which was glorious but hot, and our floating breakfast, which was not as hot because we were in the water, but had its own set of practical challenges. For one thing, most of the food required cutlery. For another thing, the only place to sit down in the pool is in these steps in the corner. But the food for both was incredible. The best guacamole I've had in my life, tiny baby potatoes fried, dragon fruit smoothie bowl, the most delicious melon salad with yogurt and granola. It was so good. My only problem with the Table Talk restaurant is there was no air conditioning. The straw sculptures were scary, and they distinguished between juice and drink. So the drinks were actually watered down. The duck was particularly incredible, and so were the pisang goreng, called banana fritters, and the chicken quesadillas, which are in the middle of this selection that they brought to our room one night. I also had a spa on site, which was excellent. The Artini de Jiwa markets itself as a sanctuary for the soul, and to be honest, it was. It was quiet, peaceful. The staff were incredibly friendly and gracious, even when we accidentally trashed the hotel room. And it was beautiful and spacious, and we loved it. And we enjoyed the goat noises too.